Oh, I remember. Isovolumetric
Yes.
relaxation. That's
Yes,
what I want.
relaxation, that's right.
Where's the heart? Here it is. Isovolumetric relaxation. There. So we want this one. Isovolumetric relaxation phase. Like, all right, what's happening here? Well, our ventricles are done expelling the blood. They're kind of, well, relaxing. The blood is gonna wanna come back to where it was just pumped from. So we're gonna hear a sound of valves closing. More specifically, our semilunar valves. So that'll be the dub sound. Yeah, we got dub sound. Pressure is decreasing, which causes those valves to close. So isovolumetric relaxation phase. All right, for this question, they're asking which valves. Yeah, if what's open, what's closed, maybe everything's closed, maybe everything's open. So know which valves are closed and which valves are open there.
In that question with the isovolumetric relaxation.
Yeah, so if you're looking at that one, which valves are closed?
The
Semilunar valves are closed, what other valves?
the AV valves are closed.
Yeah, so all of them are closed there. So it's the same volume, nothing's starting to fill yet, isovolumetric. Same volume, but we're not in the contraction, we're in a relaxation, but everything's still closed. Nothing's filling yet. So which side of the heart's thicker?
The left side.
Yeah, left side. What? Right there it is. Why? Why is it?
Because it's pumping against the whole body, not just the
Yeah,
lungs.
going to the whole body, pumping out to that whole body. So systemic circulation, it also goes pulmonary. That would be the right side. But the thing that makes the left side a lot thicker is because that left side pumps systemic. A small little bit also goes back to the heart, but yeah. Alrighty. Wow. So this one's pretty specific too. Number 7, heart chambers, which ones have oxygen rich or oxygen saturated blood?
The left side.
Left side. Left side's rich. That makes the right side poor,
Oxygen poor.
or oxygen depleted. All right. Well, another pretty specific one. It says receiving chambers. Which chambers receive blood?
The atrium.
Atrias. All right. And let me know if I go too quick. Okay. It says which vessels carry blood to the capillaries in the myocardium? What supplies that blood to the heart?
Coronary.
Coronary arteries. Okay, good. Okay. That's just the flow there. So this one, let's do number 10, foramen ovale. Where's that located? Or fossa ovalis, was it?
In the atrium.
Yeah,
Right atrium.
it's in between the atrias. It's in the inner atrial wall. So you got right atrium. Yeah. Right atrium, left atrium. In between those atrial walls is that, well, in our case, it'll be fossa ovalis, hopefully. But when you're a baby, it's a foramen ovale. It's open. It's one of those bypasses of the lungs.
So, are we gonna?
Yeah, that one. I'm not seeing it on here yet. So that's why I was kind of looking at it. I was going, we jump right to systole and diastole. Yeah. All right. So, systole. What is systole? That's a working pressure. And, yeah, ventricular contractions. So, with these ventricular systole, you can either go right or left side. As your ventricles contract, where's blood going? It could go into your lungs, go through that pulmonary trunk. It could go systemic. So just know where the blood goes if it's pumped out the left side or if it's pumped out the right side, more specifically those ventricles. When the ventricles contract, where's the blood going? So that's kind of like a pathway of blood question. Well, you just pick one of those spots. Because it's a multiple choice one. The conducting system. Oh. So 11 and 12 kind of go together. So know that pathway of blood. So maybe think about structures that it can pass, or just general circulation names for those questions.
So like the SA node?
Yeah, now this one.
Or?
Yeah, this one for the conducting system, this is where we'll go SA node. So it's asking for which one does not belong. So it's gonna list a bunch of structures, which one is not a component of that conducting system. So we got SA node, internodal pathways, AV node, AV bundle, or bundle of His, bundle branches, and those Purkinje fibers, or subendocardial conducting network. I might have made up some words in there. Oh, actually, I just turned around. Subendocardial conducting network. It might be in there now. Purkinje fibers.
And then you have to select which one is not.
Yeah, which one does not belong?
So the bundle of His technically is.
Yeah, that's the AV bundle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's giving you the choice is obvious. Obvious? Is there an obvious?
Obvious.
It's a weird obvious. Obvious. It's real straightforward. Somebody didn't bring ice cream for everybody. Nice. It's good, isn't it? Free food's the best food. Everybody gets a lick. Oh, what do we got next? Sorry, I ate some food off the floor this afternoon. I think it's getting to me. All right, another valve question. So it goes back to that previous slide where valves are open and valves are closed. So know when valves are open and valves are closed, basically. What vessels bring blood? Let me get that review sheet back up here. What vessels? All right. So know what causes the valves to close. Does anybody have any questions on that one before I just totally skim over that one? Did we get that one? What causes them to close? Yep. When the ventricles are full and the ventricles start to contract, they slam the AV valves closed. When the ventricles are done contracting, or so you could say they're relaxing, pressure difference is going to slam the semilunar valves closed. What vessels bring blood back to the heart? Veins. Now, what vessels drain into our right atrium? Vena cavas, coronary sinus. Good. What vessels drain into the left atrium? Pulmonary veins. Beautiful. Pulmonary veins into the left, into the right side, right atrium, superior and inferior vena cava, and that coronary sinus. And that's question 16 we just did. Good job. I did that one quick, and if I go too quick, just let me know, or I can repeat. Okay, there we go. Well, 15. Let's just do that one verbally, because I don't know, there's gotta be there's not necessarily an image, but it might be a description, I just haven't seen it yet. If you had to describe characteristics of cardiac muscle, what's that look like?
Branching, intercalated discs,
Intercalated discs, involuntary.
striated.
Striated. We did that one quick, but we've hit that lots of times. Want me to repeat any of those? All right. Where is it located?
In the heart.
In the heart. Good. All right. All right. Skeletal muscles, long and cylindrical, striated, multinucleated,
Voluntary.
voluntary. That was me doing some voluntary movement.
Nice dance moves.
It's like ooh, somebody call the cops. He stole my dance moves. 17, mitral valve. I purposely use mitral valve because I'm assuming they're going to use that term mitral valve. What's another name for mitral valve? Bicuspid.
Left
Fifty.
Left atrioventricular. All right. Now, if that don't close properly, what's going to happen? Regurgitation, backflow. Another word for regurgitation. Puke, no. Regurgitate. Murmur. Leaky valves. Yeah. They're meaning the blood is going to blow back or flow back into the left atrium. All right. On to 18, it's saying pacemaker potential. So the spontaneous depolarization is due to what?
Sodium channels.
Yes, sodium channels. And the sodium channels for this pacemaker potential, they're going to use the word slow or fast. Are they? Which ones are they? Slow. The slow sodium channels. So you're going to slowly, well, I can't see it here. There it is. You're going to slowly start to depolarize due to the slow sodium ion channels. You're going to slowly depolarize until you reach threshold, and then boom, it's going to happen faster. Pacemaker potential. How are we doing for time? All right, not too bad. We're up to question 33 now. Oh. Ooh, no, let me show you a picture with this one too. Now, if I say plateau, what ion could you think?
Oh shit, I just wrote this too.
Calcium.
Yep.
Now this one, it's going to use calcium twice for two different, A or B, C or D or whatever. Now, calcium with this plateau, is calcium going in or is it going out?
In.
In. So it's an influx of calcium or ingress of calcium. Calcium's going in. So make sure you mark that one. And not only is it going in, what kind of channels is it going in through? The slow calcium channels. So not only is it calcium going in, but they're going in through slow calcium channels. Oh, I guess, yeah. If you know it's going in, you'll be good. heart. Now we got blood vessels. So that was, I think that might be it for the heart. Now we're on the blood vessels. Let's do some of those. So we just did 19. We just did 19 right there. What causes the plateau phase? That influx or ingress of calcium into our tissue, cardiac tissue, through slow calcium channels. How about 20? What do we got for that one? Maintaining blood pressure. Which layer? Would it be the outer layer, middle layer, inner layer?
Middle.
Middle layer, yeah. Middle layer is responsible for that. What's the name of that middle layer of our vessel?
Tunica media.
Tunica media. Tunica media. If you had to describe what arteries, direction of blood flow in arteries, is it taking it towards the heart or away?
Away.
Away, yeah. A for away. Arteries take blood away. What vessels bring blood to or towards the heart?
Veins.
Veins. What's the connection between, we'll just say arteries and veins? Capillaries. I know there's arterioles and venules, but just basics. Yeah. If I had to, well, it's right there. Names of vessels that supply organs. The supplying vessels. I'm going to show you a picture with this too. Let me make sure we're not, because there's ones that's close, but it should be an obvious. Yep, good. So looking at this picture, you can't see nothing. Let me try zooming in. So we got our heart that you can't see. There's our heart. We got our pressure arteries or our elastic arteries. Then you have muscular arteries or distributing arteries. These muscular or distributing arteries are going to supply the organs with blood. So if I had an artery, a muscular artery that was going to my stomach, what would that be called? Gastric artery. If I had one going to my spleen,
Splenic artery.
splenic. If it was going to my liver,
Hepatic.
hepatic. Going to my diaphragm,
Phrenic.
phrenic. What else? Kidneys?
Renal.
Renal? Okay. So those are all muscular arteries. They're distributing arteries. They're supplying organs. If I say gas, in these vessels, where's our gas exchange occurring? What level? Capillaries, yeah. We have the gas exchange occurring at that capillary level. I just said gas exchange. What else are we exchanging? Nutrients. Yeah, good. Well, time to go back to aldosterone. So, aldosterone. Was that in our vessels chapter? Was that in blood? No, it was in our vessels chapter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's pressure. Okay, let's go here. What's that one? Oh, mean arterial pressure. No, let's go with this one. What's aldosterone gonna do for us? What's it gonna say once it's secreted from our adrenal gland? It's gonna say, I wanna hang on to sodium. Yeah. So it says sodium reabsorption. What that means is we take sodium out of this tubular fluid and we take it and we put it back into our circulation. We put it back into us, into our circulation, into our vessels. Aldosterone is going to say, hang on to sodium. Sodium's a solute. What follows a solute?
Water.
Water. So by hanging on to more sodium, we're gonna hang on to more water, because water's gonna follow that. So it's gonna list a few things. You have to find the exception. So it's telling you 3 truths about aldosterone. You have to find the non-truth. So we're hanging on to sodium, which requires us to hang on to water. If we're hanging on to sodium, that means we're excreting less. So think of it both ways. It's like, nah, we're hanging on to more sodium. It's like, okay, so when I pee, does that mean we have a lot of sodium in it? It's like, well, no, because we're hanging on to it. We're hanging on to more sodium, hanging on to more water. What's going to happen to our blood pressure if we're hanging on to more water?
It's gonna go up.
It can increase, yeah, it can increase. So that's what's up. But you have to find the exception. I wonder if this one is on our review sheet. I have a feeling it is. Oh, okay. So we did 22. Did I lose anybody on 22? All right. 23 we just did. Did I lose anybody on that? I didn't actually tell you which ones I was on. I just kept going. All right. Vigorous activity. Huh, okay. So I just walked across campus. That was my vigorous activity for the day.
You ate 2 lunches.
I ate 2 lunches.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna eat lunch while I'm waiting for them to prepare lunch out there. And thank you for buying me lunch today, everybody. It was good. I had the pulled pork and a chicken wing.
You did not have the chicken wing. You put it on your plate.
Oh, that's right. Z's got it in his fridge. I had some potato salad. That was good. It was all good. Free food tastes good. All right. So this one, vigorous activity. So if I'm exercising a particular body part, what's gonna happen?
Blood's gonna flow.
Blood's gonna flow to it. What can happen to the vessels?
Expand.
They can expand, vasodilate. You're gonna have, well, you already said increased blood flow. What could happen to the temperature?
Go up.
Yeah, it can increase. What is the working muscle producing more of? Yeah, that's a tough one. I asked that horribly. It's gonna produce more metabolic wastes, so it's gotta get rid of those wastes and carbon dioxide. It's gonna require more oxygen. It's meaning the working muscle. Yeah, so that's kind of what that means. So what's happening in those vessels? Before I click to the next one, I'll let you finish writing. Want me to repeat any of that? I just rattled some stuff off. All right. Pretty specific. It says at the end, so we'll say distal end. Think the end of your abdominal aorta. What's that gonna branch into? Yeah, common iliac arteries. Left and right common iliac arteries. So the, we just said splits. What's another name for split? Starts with B.
Bifurcate.
Bifurcate. Yeah, it's gonna bifurcate. That's the abdominal aorta. Histology, okay. Starting, oh good grief, we're gonna break them down too. Okay, starting from the external layer. What's that one called for our blood vessels?
Tunica externa.
Oh, I burp. Excuse me. All right, outermost layer, tunica
Externa.
externa. Tunica externa. I'll show you a picture of this too. We got our tunica externa, and then what's the middle layer called?
The tunica media.
Tunica media, and the innermost layer,
Intima.
tunica intima. Those are our 3 layers. With larger vessels, we can have the vasovasorum, vessel of vessels. That tunica externa, generally, it's like a tough outer layer, so we got the collagenous fibers. Components of that tunica media, we got smooth muscle and elastic fibers in there. We got elastic membrane, sure. Tunica intima, the innermost layer or lining of that is your epithelial layer. Since it's in the vessel, they call it an endothelium. And then, yeah, other part, don't worry about that. So there's our 3 layers. 3 layers. Next on the list, what artery, oh, well, okay. What artery branches would be the most numerous? So think as you go from elastic arteries to muscular arteries, you got arterioles. Arterioles branch into capillaries, right? So we got arterioles, those branches would be the most numerous. I gotta see if that's. Yeah, that might not have made the exam. Okay, well, arterioles. 28 though, that looks like a good one. What does the ductus arteriosus and foramen ovale become at birth?
Ligamentum arteriosus and fossa ovalis.
Yep, ligamentum arteriosum and then the fossa ovalis. Man, foramen ovale, where do we see that?
In the skull.
In the skull. Feature of that ovale, is that in the sphenoid? Yeah. All right. 2 main parts of whole blood. Plasma, formed elements. Whole blood, you break it down, plasma, formed elements. Oh, better turn the page. Oh, I guess now we're on the blood. Let's switch chapters here. Blood. Whole blood, you can spin it and break it down to plasma and then the formed elements. Now, what do we have? Plasma. What's plasma mostly made up of?
Fragments of megakaryocytes.
Water.
Oh.
No, that's good. So plasma, most of that's water. Now if I say, does it have it here? No. But in your plasma, a component of your plasma that's involved with clotting. Starts with an F.
Fibrinogen.
Fibrinogen, yeah. So in your, mark that one. Was that in the review sheet? Was it?
That's the next question.
Okay, good. So
Okay.
plasma is basically, that's water, and then what plasma protein is important for clotting? So plasma proteins, fibrinogen. Ooh. This one, the way that that's worded,
Technically, fibrinogen comes from the liver, right?
yeah,
About cell fragments that would come from megakaryocytes.
Yeah.
yeah, let me look at this one to make sure I'm not leading you down the wrong path. Most abundant. We're up to question 4. How are we doing for time? We're good, right? Yeah, okay, good. Because we're on 43 right now. Or we just did 43, that was the water one. Okay, okay. The way that that was worded, I should have separated these two. So important for clotting. Think fibrinogen for these plasma components. Fibrinogen. That'll get converted to fibrin. Now, this one, these fragments, when you hear cell fragments, think platelets. And platelets, they already said it, but where do platelets come from?
Megakaryocytes.
Megakaryocytes, yeah. So that one's I must have deleted one, and maybe I should have did something like this. Because that would make more sense. Well, now our numbers are gonna be all screwed up, so let me go back. And I will change that after. Yeah, that's not a good way, that was confusing. Let's go back to our breakdown. If we break down whole blood, what are the two components again?
Formed elements and
Formed
plasma.
elements and the plasma. So we got formed elements, we got plasma. We take these formed elements, look what's included with our formed elements, not the plasma, but the formed elements. We got our white blood cells, we got red blood cells. Within these white blood cells, we also have platelets. You just got done saying platelets come from megakaryocytes. So platelets are part of formed elements. Components of our plasma, that's where the fibrinogen is. Fibrinogen is in here. What's the most abundant, not water, what's the most abundant protein in our plasma?
Albumin.
Albumin, yeah, albumin. We'll talk a little bit about that in AMP 2 when we get to the urinary chapter. By a little bit, I basically just mentioned it. Be honest with you. But, yeah. So plasma and clotting, think fibrinogen. Because it'll eventually get converted to fibrin when you go through the pathways. Now on to some leukocytes, white blood cells. What's the most numerous or most abundant? Is that actually
Neutrophils.
neutrophils? Where are we now?
Yep.
You skipped.
Yeah, correct. We're actually at 32. Where do blood cells, where do they come from?
Bone marrow.
Bone marrow, okay, we'll rattle through these ones. Functions of erythropoietin.
To create blood cells.
Yeah, stimulating that blood cell production, saying the bone marrow, we want to kick out more blood cells. Increase production, kick the young ones out sooner. They're learning early. So we did those too quick. Let me know if I went too fast for that.
So we stimulate production of the red blood cells?
Red blood cells, yep, in the bone marrow. Well, see question 32 where it's made, yeah. Most numerous, I forgot what you said already.
Neutrophils.
Neutrophils. Neutrophils are the most numerous. With histamine,
Basophils.
basophils. Kind of a knee-jerk reaction with that one, just think basophils. Which leukocytes eat stuff?
Mega.
Yes, monocytes, eosinophils, and neutrophils. What's a gimmick for that? Huh?
Men.
M-E-N. Monocytes, eosinophils, neutrophils. They try to eat stuff.
Men like to eat.
Yes, yes I do. 2 lunches. Holy macaroni. Actually, I had some macaroni today. How about 37? It's this large eater that's gonna take up residence in peripheral tissue.
Macrophage.
Macrophage. What's it called when it's in a vessel? It's the M.
Monocyte.
Monocyte. So monocytes can kind of morph and squeeze between your endothelial layers and exit the vessel and become a macrophage. so monocytes. Ooh, where are we going with this one? Allergic reactions? Let me just see here.
The basil.
Geez, you got a couple extra on this one. Allergic, you could think basophils, maybe eosinophils. I don't see this one on the exam, so you might wanna mark that. So it's a little bit less studying. But I do see 39, what's 39? Eosinophils. 39's eosinophils. They go and they take little bites out of the worm. And did I get redundant? Did we do that one for the first one? Paranasal sinuses?
You did. So on my exam review sheet, nothing, I don't have anything past 39.
Same for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I did.
You went over all that last class. But I don't, it's not on our sheet.
It's not on your sheet?
No.
Cause the
But that
respiratory,
last class, I was like, what the hell is he talking
yeah, this is respiratory structures. The respiratory chapter is on our, what did I do?
Yeah.
I must've gave you an old review sheet.
Mine stops at
about?
40, but
But
39, and then
46
40 just says remind me to show you
you.
questions 10 and 31.
And 10 and 31 didn't really look like questions that you needed to be seeing.
No,
Yeah,
you said that.
Yeah, no.
yeah, so let's look at these. I gotta post this after. I'm not writing with pencil, I look dangerously, I'm pen. So make sure you get these ones down. We still got a decent amount of time. ERS 440 through 52. Put on, yeah. Yeah, because we definitely have respiratory. 4 paranasal sinuses. Yep. Sphenoid, frontal, maxillary, maxillary. What's the other one? Ethmoid. Ethmoid, maxillary, sphenoid, and frontal. Those are our 4 paranasal sinuses. Drop your pen. Let me just check something.
Yeah, we went over
Yeah.
that
Did
stuff.
we do this?
Yeah.
I'm having deja vu.
Yeah, we definitely went over that.
Alright,
It just.
So,
Are you on the test?
yeah, it's on the test.
Yeah, because remember he was going over something from the test on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you actually put the 41, you showed us the question for the test.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah. There
Good.
was like 2 of them that you covered up and showed us.
Alright, well, this is good then. So, we got the 4, I showed you that one, so that must have been question 10 some previous semester. Boyle's, yeah, we did Boyle's
Yep,
law,
yep.
inverse relationship between
Yep.
pressure and volume. What helps the trachea stay open?
Those C rings.
The C rings. Function of surfactant, we did that one. Pulmonary, yeah, we did pulmonary ventilation,
Yeah.
and we defined tidal volume.
I was gonna say, we also went over the blood chapter a little bit on Monday too, because I have notes on that too.
Yeah, I wonder if I just grabbed this and started going right down it. Oh, I did, so I wanna
Yeah.
make sure, so we hit those first thing on the exam.
Yeah, because you said the exam was out of order, that's why,
Yeah.
when you started looking at it.
Good. It's good to put it out of order. So that's why, because our last chapter that we covered was respiratory. Let me just finish looking at our last questions on the blood then, to make sure. There's histamine, there's the most numerous. Blood cells that eat stuff, what are they considered? Or what's that process called of eating?
Phagocytosis.
Yeah, that phagocytosis. Good. And Parasites, okay. So we definitely hit the blood cells good. And we did the questions on these already. Doesn't mean we can't continue. We can keep going on these just in case, you wanna write these down. And on the exam review sheet, you can submit it as is, but just make sure you're jotting these down as well. I don't know if you're putting these on your exam review sheet, but since it's not on there, just squeeze it in somewhere on your paper so it's usable for you. And if you're here on Monday, you would have had the answers for these. If you weren't, then you'll get them right now. So we did the paranasal sinuses. We did Boyle's Law. We did the C rings. Pulmonary ventilation. What did we say for pulmonary ventilation? Let me show a picture as well. So pulmonary. Did I go past
Yeah, I
it?
think it was more up top. No, maybe not.
Ah,
Here it is.
pulmonary ventilation. You're breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So, ventilation consists of inspiration and expiration. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, move air in. Exhale, move air out. Pulmonary ventilation. Then we have respiration. It says external respiration, where we're off-gassing and on-gassing in our lungs, in our alveoli. That gas, we'll say oxygen, we'll say we're on-gassing. That oxygen is gonna travel through circulation. So we're transporting it until we get to tissues that need our oxygen, basically everything. Then we have that internal respiration here. So we're gonna off-gas our oxygen, goes to our living cells or tissue. It's going, our vessels, our capillaries are gonna pick up byproducts, so like CO2, carbon dioxide, and send that along our pathway all the way up. And we're gonna take it out of our circulation, put it into our lungs, and then breathe it on somebody. So there's that process. Tidal volume, what's that? 500, yeah, 500 milliliters, just sitting here. Tidal volume, regular breathing or normal breathing. Inhale, exhale. You're watching TV, tidal volume. Vital capacity.
It's like maximum inhale, maximum exhale.
Yeah, maximum volumes, maximum inhale, maximum exhale, or the opposite way. So it's that total amount of air that you can push. I'm gonna show you a graph on these too. Inspiratory reserve volume. So after a normal exhale, you inspire maximally. So it'll be this. Here's just tidal volume. There's one normal breath. How many normal breaths is that?
2.
2. What's this peak to that trough?
What's the vital capacity?
Yeah, the VC, vital capacity. And it doesn't show it, does it? Oh, no, right there. So what are we doing here with this upslope? I don't know if you can see that hand. What are we doing here?
Breathing in.
Yeah,
Inhaling.
which breathing? Exhale or inhale?
Inhale.
Inhale,
Exhale.
exhale, and then what?
Maximal inhale.
Maximum inhale. So there's our inspiratory capacity. A normal exhale and a maximum inhale. There. where is the cardiac notch located?
On the left lobe.
Ooh, nice, you even said left, I was gonna say lungs, yeah.
It's like an indent.
Left lungs,
Yeah, it's just that little
It's like
curvature.
a C-shape.
yeah,
Backwards C.
C-shaped notch or curve on the left side. Why do they call it a cardiac notch?
That's where the heart
Yeah,
goes.
that's where the heart sits. Good, good. This one I mentioned, and I'll mention it again.
The alveoli.
What area of the lungs have the greatest surface area?
Alveoli.
Alveoli. There might be something on there that says alveolar sacs. Don't pick that one.
Don't?
No,
Don't pick
just
that one.
pick
Just pick
alveoli.
alveoli. Pick the ravioli. As you breathe through your nose, what happens to the air?
You condition it.
Ooh, it's conditioned. If you had to name 3 ways of conditioning air,
Warm,
Heating.
moisten, and
Heating, warming it.
filter it.
moistening it or humidifying it, and,
Fil-
did I say filter? Yeah, okay, yeah, filter. I forgot which ones I said. So you're warming it or humidifying it. Ah, you're warming, you're warming, holy shoot. Here I got myself all messed up. You're warming the air. You're heating it up. You're humiliating it. You're humidifying it. Just hang on, Mike, we're almost there, baby. Oh. I forgot what I was saying.
Warming, humidifying.
Warming and humidifying, thanks, Abby. I'm humidifying the air or moistening it. And the last one, I still forgot what I mentioned. Filtering. Filtering it. Whew, we're conditioning that air. Oh,
Conditioning your brain too.
conditioning my brain. It's like, man, bro, all I gotta do is get through this next just 2 more minutes. All right, we got a 2-minute warning. This one says list the conducting zone structures. Let me give a picture for this one. Did I show a picture last time?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, did I actually show you the question?
Yeah.
Good. So, if you weren't here last time, maybe get with some people that are here, give them some lunch, I don't know, money, whatever. Drive them, however you gotta do it. I showed you this one, but those conducting structures, I thought there was a good slide, or this one will work. All right. Trachea, right? Trachea, and then those first branches,
Primary bronchi,
primary bronchi, primaries goes to
secondary bronchi,
secondary, and then secondary go to
tertiary,
tertiary. Tertiary goes to
bronchioles.
bronchioles, and then these bronchioles can get smaller and smaller. We have a terminal bronchiole. That's our last conducting structure. You then turn into a respiratory structure. So you have respiratory bronchioles. So that's that. That's the exam. I made it. All I gotta do is show up tomorrow and Friday and hand out an exam. And then Monday we gotta make our practical.
Oh,
Mondays and Tuesdays.
just cancel.
I know, I'd like to. Ugh. But if you have questions, I'm still here.